My children would like to also go to birthday parties and celebrate and so on. I sit them down and I explain to them what the candles are all about. Do you know what the candles on a birthday party are all about?
ये ईसाइयों से, और ईसाइयों ने ये रूमियों से लिया। रोमन्स जो थे अपने माबूदों की सालगिरह मनाते थे पैदाइश में।
Birthday is more of a Western culture and people celebrate it. It is not an Islamic culture and it is against the teachings of Islam. So therefore it is not permissible.
I need to give an introduction to the answer. Islam is a religion I have chosen, you have chosen. Have you chosen it? We've chosen it. Is it from you or from Allah? Are you happy that it's from Allah? So if the dunya tells you something and Allah tells you something else, does it make, or which one is more important, the first or the second? What Allah has said. So even if the whole world is doing something and we are taught that this is not supposed to be done in the deen, we should not be feeling it hard in our hearts to say, Allah, if I die today, I know that I chose to be a Muslim and I chose to worship you and I know it's your rules. You know, it's so difficult today to talk because you're talking to a secular world and sometimes they will pick on a small point of yours and they will make it a big issue for nothing, but not realizing that we do believe you are free to choose whether you're a Muslim or not. But the fact that you chose you're a Muslim, you are not free to change Islam. That's what we're saying. You cannot come and say, no, you know what, Islam needs to be modified. Well then tell yourself you're a modified Muslim. Someone says, are you a Muslim? Say, no, I'm a modified Muslim, you know. So people know. But if you want to call yourself a Muslim, you've surrendered. So you need to know there are certain things that people might say and you might think, this guy is backward, man. How could he say that, you know? But it's because it's not from me or my pocket. My children would like to also go to birthday parties and celebrate and so on. I sit them down and I explain to them what the candles are all about. Do you know what the candles on a birthday party are all about? In ancient Europe, when the winters were so bad that people used to go into literal hibernation to keep themselves warm in whatever way they had. And when they would come out, they would count the dead. Did you know that? They would count the dead. And in order to celebrate the fact that those who are alive have passed through the winter and survived and fought nature, which means nature came to kill us in the form of cold. And because we fought nature and we stayed alive, now we need to defy it by blowing out candles. So they would put how many ever candles of their age and blow them out to show we can defy it. It's something that we believe is rooted in the medieval Europe. And it comes with its own satanic origins and so on. But people today say, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm blowing the candles. But you don't realize it's like an act of worship of the pagans. And we're saying, you know, and people have made it a culture and a tradition. I'm not saying that when your age turns that you must not make dua to Allah, Ya Allah grant me a good age and so on. But firstly, we have a Hijri calendar. Secondly, these teachings are foreign to Islam. They are actually incorrect, invalid. But they come from Allah, not from me, not from you. If I had it my way and you had it your way, we would be throwing parties because our kids put pressure on us, so do mine. But we have to speak to them, address them, try and explain to them and, you know, get to the origins of it. The sad reality is people take part wholesale. So they'll tell you, but they did it. But these people did it. That's the peer pressure. Sadly, we're living in an age, al-qabidu ala dinihi kal-qabidi ala jamr. A person who wants to hold fast to the deen is someone similar to he who is holding fast to, you know, a red hot coal, for example. So you find even families which are supposedly religious, you know, they have these big birthday parties and so on, whereas it is Islamically incorrect. Wallahu a'lam. Allah knows best.
और बर्थडे मनाना शरीयतन दुरुस्त नहीं है। गो बहुत से लोग इसका जवाब देते हैं, ऐसा कोई जवाब मौजूद नहीं है हमारे पास, इसलिए कि ये कभी भी नबी अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम और सहाबा के दौर में या उसके बाद के ताबईन तबा ताबईन के दौर में या उससे पहले के अरबों के अंदर सालगिरह मनाने का कोई तरीक़ा नहीं था। ना इस्लाम आने के बाद ना इस्लाम से पहले ये तरीक़ा नहीं था, और ना ही सहाबा के बाद ताबईन तबा ताबईन मुहद्दिसीन सलफ़ सालिहीन ने कभी इसको मनाया। तो लिहाजा ये चीज़ दुरुस्त नहीं है, इसको मना नहीं सकते। ये ईसाइयों से, और ईसाइयों ने ये रूमियों से लिया। रोमन्स जो थे अपने माबूदों की सालगिरह मनाते थे पैदाइश में। उनसे ईसाइयों ने ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम की लिया और उनसे मुसलमानों ने अपने नबी का और फिर अपने बड़ों का जयंती की शक्ल में, और फिर हर आदमी अपनी सालगिरह मनाता है, बच्चों की मनाते हैं। तो सालगिरह का मनाना शरअन दुरुस्त नहीं है, इसमें कराहत है और ये अमल दुरुस्त नहीं होगा। ये हराम है हलाल है, हम इस बहस में नहीं जाएंगे। शरीयत ने इससे कराहत है, इसको इससे इज्तिनाब करना यही एक चीज़ हमारे लिए बेहतर है। फिर उसमें क्या क्या रसूमात खुराफात होता है आपको सबको पता है। वो केक काटते हैं, गैर मुस्लिमों की मुशाबियत जैसा एक यहूद करते हैं या नसारा करते हैं अपने बच्चों की सालगिरह ख़ुद की, फिर वो मुशाबिहत और वो केक और फिर अनगिनत बिदतें और खुराफातें होती हैं। लेकिन ये किसी कौम की मुशाबियत में होता है, तो लिहाजा मन तशब्बह बिक़ौमिन फ़हुवा मिन के तहत जो जिस कौम की मुशाबियत इख्तियार करे वो उसमें से हम ये अमल नहीं कर सकते। अब कोई कहे मैं पैदा हुआ उस दिन खुशी में क्या करूं? अगर मुझे खुशी है तो अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करें। नबी अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम हदीस में फरमाया कि मैं पीर को और जुमेरात को रोज़ा रखता हूँ, इसलिए कि अल्लाह ने मुझे पीर को पैदा किया और इस दिन नाम अमाल भी इंसान के ऊपर जाते हैं, और जुमेरात के दिन भी नाम अमाल अल्लाह के पास जाते हैं। 2 बार जाते हैं हफ्ते में, पीर और जुमेरात। और अल्लाह ने मेरे को पीर को पैदा किया, तो पीर को क्या करते थे? हमारे पीर को सालगिरह नहीं मनाई आपने, हफ्ता मनाया, रोज़ा रखते थे आप। तो अगर किसी को लगे कि मुझे अल्लाह ने पैदा किया, इसके शुक्र में मैं क्या करूँ, तो आप सदका कीजिए, खैरात कीजिए। सालगिरह नहीं हो कि अल्लाह ने आज के दिन मुझे पैदा किया था, एक ज़िंदगी अता फरमाई, इसका बड़ा फ़ज़ल है। वैसे तो कई नेमतें अल्लाह की, अगर उसको याद करे तो सालगिरह तो बहुत छोटी है, पैदा होना तो छोटा है, वालिदैन दिए उनका शुक्र है, तो हर चीज़ को मनाना मुमकिन नहीं। फिर भी तो बहरहाल लेकिन उसका मनाना दुरुस्त नहीं होगा। वरना ये हदीस से ये बात पता चलती है कि आप सबने शुक्राने में कि मुझे अल्लाह ने पैदा किया रोज़ा रखा, तो आप भी रोज़े रखिए, आपको रखना है शुक्राना, चाहे आपकी पैदाइश दिन या कभी भी रखिए। बहरहाल ये कोई तरीक़ा नहीं आने तो आप बोलेंगे मैं पीर को आता हूँ, पीर को मैं मंगल को आता हूँ, मंगल को। आप सब ने किया, तो अगर किसी को लगे अल्लाह ने मुझे पैदा किया उसका शुक्र है, तो शुक्राने में सदका खैरात कर सकता है उसमें कर। लेकिन ये सालगिरह और ये तमाम रसूमात बहरहाल शरन यकीनन जो है दुरुस्त नहीं है, और इसका मनाने से इज्तिनाब करना ही बेहतर है। किसी ने एक सवाल?
As far as birthday is concerned, our beloved Prophet Muhammad said that there are only 2 festivals in Islam, 2 annual festivals. They are the Eidains, the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. The first is after the Ramzan ends, that Eid al-Fitr, and the second is Eid al-Adha, that's we have the Eid of sacrifice. These 2 are the only Eids that are annual Eid is there, that is permissible to celebrate. And the Prophet also mentioned that the weekly Eid is on Friday. So there's 1 weekly Eid and 2 annual Eid. These are the celebration. So any celebration which is celebrated annually, every year, is again the teaching of Islam, except these 2, the Eidain, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. That's the Eid al-Nahar, the Eid of sacrifice. Birthday is more of a Western culture and people celebrate it. It is not an Islamic culture and it is against the teachings of Islam. So therefore it is not permissible. Any celebration which is done on an annual basis, whether it be wedding anniversary, whether it be Valentine's Day, whether it be Mother's Day, or whether it be Teacher's Day, all these type of days or annual celebration, except for the 2 Eid, are not permissible in Islam. So celebrating things which are good like marriage or graduation at one time, no problem. But making it an annual affair, you start saying, I will have wedding anniversary, so this is not permissible in Islam. This is the main basic ruling. There are other reasons why it's not permitted. Many of the things that is done on birthday, it is against the teaching of Islam. If you go back to the history of this birthday cake, how did it originate? We come to know it is from the time of the Greeks. And at that time, in the olden days, they made cake which was honey cake, which was round in shape, to resemble a moon for worshipping moon god. It was round honey cake resembling a moon, and they put candles on it. So this was in reverence to the moon god. Then we have, if you read history, we come to know that in Germany, the bakery in 15th century, they used to bake cakes. It became common. Then you have in the Roman history and so on and so forth. Today, they put candles, and depending upon how old are you, if you're 10 years old, they put 10 candles. If you're 20 years old, they put 20 candles. Or sometimes they put 1 additional candle to say that you're going to spend 1 more year. Then people, they wish, and then they blow the candles. There are various other activities associated with birthday which may be haram. For example, today most of the birthday parties, they involve music, which is haram. They may involve dancing, which is haram. There may be obscenity, which is haram. So many activities involved are against the teaching of Quran and Sunnah. But the basic thing is celebrating itself is haram.